Hello, all you hardcore boxing fans out there. How are you doing? Russell from Porky's Corner, the biggest governing sport. I say the things on here that nobody dare say. Isn't that right? Big Max. Pop, pop, bang. Well, I don't really know where to start, really. Somebody sent me a link of Big John Fury, big fighting man, in the ring or on the hard road. We all remember who John Fury is, don't we? He's on BBC iPlayer now, talking about his life after boxing and all this and boxing career. What 8-4-1? Oh my god, he's even going on fairground rides. Embarrassing, but all for camera, so it's all good. We need him in the sport of boxing, don't we? We need him to pop up and start selling a few shows. But hey ho. Obviously, the big talk at the moment is next Friday, we've got Anthony Joshua, aka the Big Shivering Cunt, against Desperate Dan with the ginger pubes. So that's where we're at. Only thing missing now is going to be Big Elmer, Big Oaf, ringside for the DAZN expert analysis with the White Rhino, uh, who in his last six fights has gone free and free. So we need him there for his expert punditry work. His last three wins are a rugby player, Big Elmer, Big Oaf, some guy 8-14, and another guy 2-25. So that's boxing for you, 2025 going into 2026. Pop, pop, bang. But the Rhino tells it straight. So that's what we need as a pundit. So hey ho, but I don't want to hear all this expert analysis. No, not when we've got a guy there who's talented, but he's sat there on interviews, and it winds me up, David Allen, saying things like, "Well, I was out of shape against Makhmedov, belly hanging out, and that, and I didn't throw any punches and lost every round." Blah de blah. Wow, wow. Now saying he doesn't want TKV in May because different promoters and different platforms. Oh my God, is that where we're at? Is that where we're at? Fighters knocking British titles back, but yet wanting Pula for guys in the top 10. If your last three wins are Big Elmer, Big Oath, who you went to points with for 12 rounds, then beat him after 5 rounds. So 17 rounds with Big Elmer, Big Oath. And then we've just seen some Slovakian plumber fill him in. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm starting to wonder if Rhino's going to get hurt. We Eddie throwing him in against these killers. I mean, what is all that about? Is he a narcissist? And Rhino allowing it to happen. I want to see Rhino get a British title. Why does he not want a British title? That's crazy. Crazy. Anyway, it's a boring story now. Eddie talking Sky Sports reunion on in a YouTube interview. It's not shocked me. It's not shocked me. As for Adrian Mole, well, he's been hammered on it by Hills now. He's been hammered by him since he took that deal on at Sky. Him and Spotty Frank have just absolutely slaughtered him. At first, they were doing it behind the scenes and wishing him all well and blah de blah. Then once they realised the writing was on the wall and the deal's over, they've gone into bat with all their little minions, Puppy Parsons and all the rest of them. Cougs. All the little minions that are told what to do by the promoters. Pretty embarrassing, really. But Ben Shalom, aka Adrian Mole, he just needs to get on with it, doesn't he, really, now? So, AJ against Jake Paul, Porky, what do you really think about it? Well, I think it's two greedy boxers wanting easy paydays. Jake Paul knows he'll get filled in, but if he can parry half at shot and get towel thrown in. He's going to pick up millions and millions, isn't he? To Joshua, it's just a one round sparring session, isn't it, really? I don't think it'll be like the Mike Tyson carry on. But like I said, Jake Paul's already been beat by Tommy Fury, and you struggle to see Tommy Fury winning an area belt at light heavyweight or cruiserweight or heavyweight. He would struggle, Tommy Fury, to be an area champion, and he beat Jake Paul easily. So, and Anthony Joshua, Olympic gold, two-time world heavyweight champion. I know he's been hard at ring 14 months, but he should light him up. Now, my argument is we're told all this YouTube carry on that the fans that follow this Jake Paul guy, we're told by Eddie Hills and the rest of the liquor squad who follow him about, the talk sport lot and the YouTubers, we're told that, well, we were told that, at least 10% of his following's going to filter into boxing. It's going to make boxing massive. It hasn't. The 10%'s not gone into boxing. Promoters are struggling to sell more tickets than ever. They're having to give tickets away for shows, even big shows. Loads were comped at that show in Sheffield recently. So, we were told it were all going to trickle into boxing, but it hasn't, has it? Because it's lies, absolute lies. Eddie must be rubbing his hands and Big Meech when they were told, yeah, but we'll only do it if you've got to weigh 245. Well, he weighs round about that anyway, doesn't he? 249, 250, 241. And, if you look at his last 6 fights on BoxRec, that's not going to be a problem to a big man like that weighing 245, is it? 17 and a half stone. He can still put that on after weighing. So, is what it is. But a lot of talk about Jake Paul's sparring. I see Lawrence Okoli's giving him a black eye. And no doubt if we're getting advice from Lawrence's training team about how to unsettle Joshua. But for me, it's all over by the shouting now. It's just a case of people tuning in for a round of boxing, them getting paid, and Netflix getting loads of new subscribers. That's all it's about. Money. So, in my opinion, people like the Gad and Talk Sport boxing lot, like Juggy as Oliver, don't forget he promoted that Joe Weller fight. I think one of Jake Paul, Logan Paul were at KSI and we're all on that. So Juggy as Oliver, people like you, and then the Gad giving these people airtime and constantly, they're responsible for this lot. I remember when Jake Paul, Logan Paul, KSI, and all them were over and they were all fighting and doing stuff in UK, and then it were over in America. I remember the YouTubers going over there and getting access and giving these people loads of views and airtime. Well, you're all responsible now, aren't you? Because it's infiltrated boxing like a fucking cancer, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? But at least Johnny Horsecock wants AJ to torture this Jake Paul guy, torture him. And then we've got Duke McKenzie, who's now wanting to eat off the same plate as me. Do you know what I mean? So it is what it is, isn't it? We all know what's going on, don't we? So Duke McKenzie saying it's a risky fight for AJ if it goes past around for his reputation and all that. Yeah, it is, Duke, but come on. You fell into line like the rest of them. So it is what it is. If it goes past around, I do agree though, Joshua's gonna look stupid, isn't he? But there you go. So okie dokie. So thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. Go on, peace out. Pop, pop, bang. Max, give me a ring. You're back in the circle of Paul.